Hey Eli, as we, I'm Russ, or sorry, I'm Colvin. So we've kind of known each other for a while. So before we get into like what brings you in today, I just have to go over a few things as far as confidentiality. So just so you know, like I'm a mandated reporter. So if you tell me anything that you're thinking of hurting yourself or others, or if you disclose that like children or like elderly people are being like hurt or harmed in any way, I have a duty to report that. So also, just as you're aware, you have the excuse me, you have the agreement and everything that goes over that as well. But also, just for the sake of like the recording of our session today, Dr. Ocampo, she would have to also report if she saw something within the video as well. And then of course, we're in the military, so that also applies to like any type of UCMJ violations. I have to report as well. So
makes sense.
With all of that said, is that all right? Are you good to proceed, or do you have any questions about that or what that might mean?
I'm good.
Okay,
makes sense.
Cool. So I can take that if you want, or just put it over here. So yeah. So what brings you in today?
Well, first, thank you. I actually appreciate you taking me in, for real. So I've got a couple stuff that I've had in mind, kind of bugging me down, and it's a little bit of a challenge figuring this one out. And it's me procrastinating, but like too much with everything, not just work, but life, honestly. And lately, it's just been stressful for me to see myself letting things for last minute and even missing out on opportunities. Yeah. So I'm just trying to see how I can cope with that. Think of ways. I've Googled a few stuff, but just actually doing it has been very challenging for me. And like even in this retraining, there's a few closed doors because of my procrastination to like retake the test or things like that, and then just stuff at home. Like I want to build a table, and then I got all the materials, and I'll do it next weekend. And then that also brings trouble to my wife with this behavior. And
she wants her table.
Right.
Okay.
And so it's just been getting to me lately as I see myself on this continuous behavior. And so it's affecting me emotionally as well.
So is there something that's kind of new? I know that you're kind of new to the section, and you're in a new place, North Carolina. Has it started about that time, or is it something you kind of always struggle with?
I feel it's something I've struggled for a while now, even before the military. Actually went into the military about 7 years after high school because I procrastinated. And yeah, it's just starting to catch up to me with opportunities, like career opportunities, and just procrastinating school, for instance. Yeah.
So what type of opportunities, at least maybe work-wise, do you feel like you've missed out on?
Well, with the retraining, for example, the contracting has a minimum ASVAB score of 72, and I was interested in contracting because I like the idea of buying, setting up suppliers, and contracting and negotiating prices. But I have a 62 in my ASVAB score, and I just thought I have all the time in the world to retake that. I'm not even applying till next year, and right now I'm in it, and I didn't have it.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I know like we've talked before, and like you know told me that like you're from Puerto Rico and stuff, and you've been like sometimes there's been language barriers in the past. Do you feel like that is something that contributes maybe like when you're studying or?
Maybe deep inside,
Mm.
actually, when I see a lot of words, I get a little scared. Kind of try not to face it.
It just feels overwhelming.
It does. It does. I had it happen at work with an inspection.
Hmm.
I thought I'll inspect it later. When I saw the AFI, it seems very wordy. It's like I'll just inspect it later. Tomorrow seems like a day. We're gonna be slower, and we kind of fail. You see that type of stuff. It's just out of hand. Me procrastinating.
Mm.
Just yeah, and it's now affecting others, not just within me, but those around me are being affected with how much I'm procrastinating. I was considering going to Florida this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought, while I'm there, I'll register an antique car. Turns out I have to get a document translated. Well, I procrastinated on that,
Mm.
and I'm not gonna be able to get it registered.
Oh, it's too late to try to get it done.
Yeah, because the translating services, I hit them up last night at 1 a.m.
Mm.
because I procrastinated. I thought, oh,
It's kind of late. Yeah.
it's only a Tuesday, but then now yesterday it was Friday. Well, today, Thursday,
Yeah.
one day early. And it just keeps happening in a lot of areas of my life, and it's like, wow, this is something I really have to deal with, and I'm not even sure how to even start facing it. This is like the first time I actually just come this clean before anybody, acknowledging this issue of mine.
That takes a lot of bravery to do that. Like one, just even kind of admitting it to yourself, like, oh, I have something to work on, right? Like that's sometimes just hard to do. So the fact that you're here talking with me, that's really cool. I appreciate that. Do you mentioned your wife and affecting others? Is she like one of the others that you're referring to that you feel is being affected by it?
I think so. I think it affects her. Even with something as small as the following, her phone is having some issues, like with the server, and I just haven't taken the time. And then she's more challenged by technical stuff than I feel to be, and I keep telling her, I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna take care of it. And sometimes she doesn't have any service. She's like, when are you gonna fix my phone? I got it. I'll take care of it. But I don't. And I want to. I just, in my head, I'm like, tomorrow morning sounds like a good time to do that, and call the company, hey, I'm having some network issues. The SIM card is going in and out. And I just don't. And now it's been 2 months. Literally. Yeah. On Wi-Fi we're fine, but whenever she does head out, then connection is not there. She's like, let's just get a new phone. But I'm like, no, I can fix that. It's just a matter of the IMDE number and whatever getting cleared up. But I procrastinate on that. So then if she has to call me, that could be troublesome.
Cell phones can be kind of important, especially with like traveling and things like that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like she's able to like talk to you about that kind of stuff, or like when she, is frustrated by that, or?
She definitely gets frustrated from my behavior of procrastinating. It's become a little too obvious that it's happening.
So there's kind of like a frustration with it, or does she get angry with you?
Just a little frustrated for now. I'm sure if I continue to be so blatant with it, it'll probably get upsetting.
Well, so would you say you share some of those feelings, like frustration, or how do you feel about it? Like when it comes time to like, oh, I was gonna do it and then you didn't.
It is getting frustrating. Yeah.
Have you had stuff in the past that like worked for you, like certain ways of going about stuff, or?
I guess not having choices sometimes, but I think in this procrastinating behavior, it's laziness. It's tied into that. There are seasons. Some seasons I feel slightly better, but it's never actually fully okay. And there's always something that I'm not doing from the to-do list.
Mm.
And it mainly happens because I leave it for last minute. Whatever that is. Even car maintenance, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to leave for last minute. And it's starting to get frustrating.
I can definitely see it. Especially with work and everything, and I'm sure, you got life going on, you got work, you got car, you got cell phone, it probably feels like it can be overwhelming at times. But yeah, that's, I really appreciate you sharing it with me. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about, or do you have anything you'd like to discuss, at least while we have the rest of this session?
That was the main thing bugging me. Not really sure what to do next.
Well, it's okay. You don't always have to know right now. Like you said earlier, you've done a little bit of research and reading about stuff, and it sounds like you're going in like a good direction. So, do you feel that way, or?
Yeah, especially talking about it makes me feel not just like hiding it. And it could be slightly humbling, right? To acknowledge some flaws and things that we need to work on. But yeah, I thought this was actually a great opportunity for me to actually face one of the things and talk about it. And I do feel like progress within me is being made in this particular moment. So I do appreciate you.
That's cool.
Yes, sir.
Well, thanks again for coming by and sharing it with me, and and we can touch base in a week or two, and
I'd like
go
that.
from there. Cool.
I would like that. Thank you.
Thanks, Elon. Appreciate it.